Hi, I'm Jaimee Francis, a features editor at JURIST and a first-year law student at Boston University. Today, I will be interviewing Ukraine correspondent Anastasiia Rozvadovska to get her unique perspective on Russia's invasion of Ukraine. This is part of an ongoing series of interviews with our Ukraine correspondents, who include law students and young lawyers with ties to Ukraine. Anastasiia is originally from Kyiv and is currently living in Germany. Anastasiia, will you please introduce yourself?
Yes. Hi, everyone. My name is Anastasiia, and I'm a fourth-year student of law in Shevchenko University of Kyiv. And my specialization is economic law, European Union. Yeah, it is.
Awesome, Anastasiia. Can you please tell me what your life was like before the invasion?
Yeah. Before the war, my life actually was really wonderful. I was working in a business ombudsman council in Kyiv. It is independent advisory body of Cabinet of Ministers of Ukraine. Also, I was studying, hanging out with my friends and doing sports, spent a lot of time with my family, my dog. So yeah, I think that I was, my life was pretty great.
Yeah, so how did you first learn that the invasion had begun, and what were your initial thoughts about it?
Yeah, first, friend of mine called me, and he said that the war started, and it was like 5 a.m. in the morning. So I thought that it was a stupid joke. But then my parents called me and said that you need to gather all your documents, you need to gather your clothes and so on. So I started doing that. And suddenly I heard like an explosion. It was so loud that I just stand shocked because I cannot believe that it's true that all this happening. I was shocked, like my hands was trembling, and as I said, I cannot believe that it's really happening. That it's happening in my life, in my country, even like in 21st century, that it's real.
Yeah, so can you talk more about how your life has changed since then, since you first found out about it?
Yeah, after that, we understand that we need to leave from Kyiv because it's not safe place anymore. And we go to like Western Ukraine. And I stayed there for like 1 month or something like that. But after that, I have a proposition from moot court community because in the previous year I was taking part in JESF in moot court, and in Ukraine moot court community is really strong, and they proposed us an internship in Germany for the time where is actually being, and it was some proposition to do internship in Düsseldorf, in Jones Day. It's also an international law firm. And I thought that maybe I will be more useful there. And it really, it is, it's true now because Jones Day, my law firm, they launched a pro bono project for Ukrainian people who came to Düsseldorf because of the war. And I'm helping them to support people with all law problems concerning registration here, doing all social benefits and so on. So I think that's like this war really changed all of us, and people understand that everybody needs to find their place. to find what they need to do and how they can help. How can they like more support other people maybe, or defend our country, and everybody do what they can. So I hope that I also do a part of this work now.
Yeah, that's really amazing to hear that you have been able to be so supportive. And I was curious if you know about who is left in Ukraine right now, like what kind of population is still there at the moment?
Yeah, of course, it's all men's. Most of the men's left who want to defend our country, like want to help and to serve in army and also in territorial defenses. But also there's a lot of women, and for example, my mother, my sister, they left in Ukraine because they don't want to go anywhere else. They wanted to live in their country, and I totally understand them. Of course, it's really difficult to people who left there because they every day live in just very difficult situation. You didn't know what will happen because every day there are dozens of air alarms in Kyiv, for example, and in any other city of Ukraine as well. And these air alarms are with sirens, and people don't know whether the next one will be fatal for them or not. And live in such obscurity may be very difficult. And it's difficult for mental health of people, for just their lives, and yeah, it's true that now living in Ukraine in all this situation might be very difficult, but still people decided to live there. And I know many people who decided to return to Ukraine. Even now, a lot of millions of people started to return.
Do you know of situations where people return and they no longer have their former house? And how do those people find where to live, and how do they build their future?
Fortunately, in my surroundings, there are no such people, but of course, they are in Ukraine. And I cannot answer how they find a new flat or so on, but I'm pretty sure that the governmental support is very strong in this question.
That's great to hear. And I was wondering about, how do you think other governmental support has been? So what are your thoughts about how other nations around the world have responded to the invasion?
As I said, I'm now in Germany. So, for example, this country, they really support us, and other European countries as well. Also, of course, like United Kingdom, United States of America, they give a lot of support. And I really appreciate this help. And I think that all people in Ukraine appreciate. So we all very grateful for all this help they give us, for all weapons countries started to give us. And also I want to say like one independent thank for Poland, because it's like our nearest neighbor who gave us such a lot of help. I cannot even imagine how people there can be so nice. Really, they are just now there. We can say that they started to be our friend nation, as full meaning of this word, really.
Wow. And do you have any recommendations for how individuals can help support the effort?
Yeah, we have a lot of channels, like links for official one, for donation. You can just, if you cannot help in any other way, you can donate. But of course, it's not only a money issue. You may find any volunteering centers in your city, for example. I know that there's a lot of them in every city. You can find people who already do something and just ask, how can I help? It may not be a lot of things to do, just 1 hour a week or something like that, but still it will be your help. It will be your kind of participation in all of that. And I believe that it would help. And also a second major thing is information to surround facts true about war in Ukraine, to post photos, videos, so like not stop talking about that, because the biggest concern now is that the war will be very long, that people around the world will forget about Ukraine, and it will last years. So yeah, we hope that, of course, it will end soon. But what we can do now is share everything that's happening in my country.
Yeah. Do you have any plans to return, and do you have a timeline for when you would do that?
Yeah, I'm planning to return in summer because I'm really missing my family, and in such a hard situation, it's very difficult to be abroad, really. You just wanted to be in your country, you want to help people. I also like trying to help here, but in Ukraine, it will be, I think, a lot like more things I can do. And yeah, in summer, I want to come back. So maybe a month, and I will be in Kyiv. Yeah,
Wow.
because all my friends and family, they are already returned, and of course it's not safe now as it was before the war, but it's much better than it was, for example, in February, or yeah.
So what are your hopes for the future of Ukraine? What do you think a post-war Ukraine will look like?
Yeah, I'm sure that we will win. Like, there is even no doubts about that. Some people even say that we all already win. It's just like question of time when the war will end. And I really, I'm sure that like Ukraine will be a good platform for investing. So many countries will help us to rebuild our country, and it will be even better than it was. And also I have my little like break in the clouds that people will understand how important it is to come back to Ukraine. And yeah, after they live some time in Europe, they will rethink all things which are happening before in our country, because of course we have a lot of problems, and this like situation may be a step to do all from from a clear paper, to start all things and like again, and rethink a future of our country. Yeah, so I think it will help us to build a new, strong, and independent country.
Thank you, Anastasiia. Thank you for sharing your insight on this global conflict, and we're all hoping that it ends soon.
Yeah, I also want to end this interview with one more say thank you for all help of people who trying to support Ukraine in any way, but also I want to ask for more actions, not only words, because hundreds of Ukrainians dying every day, and people in Mariupol, Melitopol, Kherson, Berdansk, Energodar, they really need help, and they are now go through all that I think all world see these photos from Bucha, and these people in cities which I named before, they are now going all through this. So we need to do something, we need to help them, and I think that sanctions, of course, it's very good, but Russia is not scared by them. So actions must be very fast and tough as much as they can be.
Thank you, Anastasiia.
Yeah, thank you very much for this interview. Yeah.